Blood was seeping through my shirt, warm and slow, as I stared at the police badge shaking in my hand. 6 hours ago, the man who shot me stood tall and smug. Now he was on his knees in front of me, whispering some twisted version of an apology. But this wasn't about him anymore. It hadn't been for a long time. I pressed the hidden mic on my wrist and set it low, just loud enough to get picked up. You have no idea what you started. Let me tell you how we got here, because if someone had told me a year ago that a routine drive home would blow open a nationwide conspiracy, I'd have said they watched too many thrillers. But the truth is, that's exactly what happened. It was a Tuesday evening. The classified Pentagon briefing had gone long, and I was dead tired. I took the back roads out of Ashford County, Georgia, quiet, wooded, familiar. I wasn't in uniform that night, just jeans and a jacket. I figured I'd blend in better that way. Even after all my years in the Army, after all the times I'd risked my life overseas, I still got uneasy driving through towns like that, where the charm of Southern hospitality was just a thin mask stretched over something colder. When the blue lights flashed in my rearview mirror, my stomach knotted the way it always did. Military training kicked in. Car off the road. Hands on the wheel. No sudden movements. The officer approached White, late 30s, hand already hovering over his holster like I was a threat. License and registration. He barked, no greeting. His flashlight was aimed straight at my eyes. Evening, officer, I said, calm and polite. May I ask what I was pulled over for? Now, I check my tail lights before every drive. Old habit. But I didn't argue. I'm going to reach for my documents now. Wallet's in my inside jacket pocket. Registration's in the glove compartment. That's when he snapped. Keep your hands where I can see them, he shouted, contradicting his own order. My hands froze midair. Sir, I said carefully, you asked me to. Don't tell me how to do my job, boy. And just like that, the air changed. That word, boy, it was deliberate. His jaw clenched. Behind him, his rookie partner looked away. I told him again, calm, slow, sir. I'm a military officer. I have ID. Oh, military, he scoffed. And I'm the Secretary of Defense. I moved slowly. Sir, I'm going to reach for my ID. Don't move, he shouted again, louder this time. The rookie young kid, probably fresh out of the academy, started to speak. Maybe we should just let him. Shut it, the senior officer snapped. I stayed frozen. Tell me what you want me to do, officer. He gritted his teeth. Get out of the car. I opened the door with my left hand, right still in plain sight. He grabbed me, shoved me against the car. You think you're special? That uniform protects you. I hadn't said a word about being in uniform. I wasn't wearing one. Which meant, he wasn't reacting to what I said. He was reacting to what he assumed. My skin. My confidence. The fact that I didn't cower. He barked another order. Get your ID. I told him again, it's in my jacket. I moved slow. Too slow maybe, but not slow enough. He shot me. 3 times. Just like that. I remember the sound after the pain like thunder rolling late. I crumpled to the ground, felt my own blood soak the gravel. Heard him scream, gun? He's got a gun, even though I didn't. I never did. My ID hit the pavement. My Pentagon clearance card landed right by his boot. That's when his face changed from rage to horror. I was Lieutenant Colonel Jacob Ellison, neuroscientist, U.S. Army Intelligence. He had just shot a senior officer. I watched him panic. His partner called an ambulance. Called while the officer who shot me started mumbling something about me reaching. Then he walked to his patrol car and opened the trunk. That's when I knew what was happening. He was going to plant a weapon. I tapped my military watch 3 times and held. Emergency signal. GPS beacon. My team would know where I was. The next thing I remember was the siren, then paramedics, Maya, and Deshawn. They recognized my ID. Deshawn whispered, "This is bad." I barely managed to mumble, "He's trying to frame me." And then everything went black. Next thing I knew, I was waking up in a hospital room, stitches biting at my side, wires in my arms. My commanding officer, Captain Rena Carter, was standing by my bed, arms folded, jaw tight. "Secure location," she whispered. "Phoenix Protocol activated." Now, Phoenix Protocol isn't just a fancy code. It's something we reserve for threats inside the homeland when the enemy isn't overseas, but wearing badges and suits right here. That night, while I lay in surgery, Captain Carter had already blocked local law enforcement from accessing me. Chief of Police, Gary Hollis, stormed into the hospital demanding to interrogate me. Carter shut him down, presented a federal order. You should have seen his face. Cold, smug, threatened. They tried to spin it, saying I'd been aggressive, that I'd reached. Dashcam footage, corrupted, blood work, contaminated. But we weren't buying it. My wife, Dr. Naomi Ellison, showed up that same day. CDC epidemiologist, brilliant and relentless, and pissed. She looked that chief in the eye and said, "My husband is a federal officer. And this isn't an accident, it's a pattern." And she was right. Turns out, the shooting wasn't just a one-off. It was the tip of something much, much bigger. Over the next few days, we pulled threads. Officer Caldwell, connected to a group of cops from 6 other counties' private chat rooms, coded language, planned community purifications. I'm not making that up. That was their term. My team captain Carter, tech whiz Mia Tran, undercover op Isaiah Rhodes, and legal counsel Major Lena Brookswe started digging. Traced finances. Found shell companies. Patterns of arrests targeting minorities. Medical records doctored by one physician Dr. Glenn Barnes, bought and paid for. And then, there was Mercer. The rookie. He cracked. He showed up at a church after hours nervous, shaking, and asked the pastor to help him meet my wife. When he sat across from Naomi, he looked like a kid who hadn't slept in weeks. "I didn't sign up for this," he said. "It wasn't supposed to go that far. Caldwell, he has a nose for trouble, but it's always the same kind of people." Mercer agreed to wear a wire. We outfitted him with a body cam disguised as standard issue, backup storage encrypted. He started feeding us real intel. Secret meetings at a hunting lodge. Lists of people to monitor. And then we heard the worst of it. Something called Project Sentinel. It was a plan to unleash a chemical agent at the state fair, designed to trigger panic, make people appear violent, disoriented. The goal? Justify lethal force. Blame activists. Expand police powers. This wasn't bias. It was terrorism. We had 48 hours. I confronted Caldwell. Alone. At a bar. He didn't recognize me at first. Then he did. He reached for his gun. I told him not to. "My team's outside," I said. "You won't make it 5 steps." He tried to play dumb. I laid it all out: his bank deposits, the doctored evidence, the tail-light lie, the encrypted comms. "You're not a patriot," I told him. "You're a thug who found a uniform that paid better." He laughed. "You think exposing me will stop anything? We're everywhere." But I wasn't there for a confession. I was there to confirm one thing: the fair, the timeline. And I got it. That night, we mobilized. Infiltrated the event grounds. Tracked deployment zones, ventilation, fountains, food stalls. The devices were in place. Wired for remote release. And then, Congressman Everett Moore showed up. Smiling. Shaking hands. Taking selfies with families whose kids were about to be gassed. That man chaired the National Law Enforcement Subcommittee. And now we knew he was the real shadow behind this whole thing. 9:07 p.m. Fairgrounds. I spotted Hollis across the plaza, coordinating with plainclothes officers. We locked eyes. He knew I was alive. I walked straight to him. "Evening, Chief," I said. "Lovely weather for an act of domestic terrorism." He reached for his weapon. And then, the shot rang out, but it wasn't his. Caldwell shot him. The same man who shot Mepet 3 bullets in his own mentor. Officers surrounded us. FBI moved in. Chemical devices neutralized. Files seized. Caldwell handed over the recorder. "Guess I'm finally doing something right," he muttered. Later, when the dust settled, he asked to speak with me. "I don't expect forgiveness," he said. "But maybe this makes it less unforgivable." 3 months passed. 32 officers were charged. 1 doctor stripped of his license. Hollis behind bars. More? Still sitting in Congress untouched, smirking, slippery. Justice came. But not fully. Not yet. I still wake up some nights, sweating, dreaming of that moment when I saw my father die, 17 years old, sitting beside him when the cop fired. Tail light. No weapon. Same lie. Same loss. But I survived. And now, there's a fracture in the wall they built. A crack that light can get through. Today, my daughter Zuri was born. Naomi chose her middle name, Hope. Because that's what we're fighting for. Not revenge. Not headlines. Just hope. That the next time a black man gets pulled over on a dark road, he makes it home. Now let me ask you something: if you saw injustice happening in a system designed to protect you, would you speak up? Would you risk your peace to protect someone else's? Comment below. Tell me what justice looks like to you. Like this video if this story moved you. Share it with someone who still believes silence is safer than truth. And remember, change doesn't come from comfort. It starts when somebody finally says, enough.